Alright. So far, I'm gonna hit you right out of the gate with the it's fucking banger. But there's a couple of caveats. So, I think that some of the builds, I mean, it's kind of the same as last league, where the meta is lightning. And point one, but we'll get into that. So the first character I made, Adolf Drippler here, this is a Lightning Arrow Deadeye. I'm just going to go through the builds that I've currently made, and this one was sort of original. I kind of went, okay, you can put this together, and the logical conclusion was that if you, what are my keys? Yo, Bing, okay, hold up. I switched to WASD, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, there we go. You fire a couple of these, you fire one of these, you give them one of these, maybe barrage that shit, bzzz, and things, they just melt. It's great. My problem is that my resists are pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, that negative 20 is hurting me whenever something ends up freezing me. But it doesn't, because we have a freeze charm. I will say, if you want to level Lightning Arrow in point 3, go for Death's Harp. It's pretty good. Kotoko's current is Convenience, and if you can get one with max frenzy charges, it's a really, really nice piece for leveling. You can equip it at level 33, and it carries well into endgame. You may want to switch out for damage and resist gauntlets at some point, but who cares? You got damage, baby! So, the Rondel of Fragility is also kind of carrying. I found this sometime in, I think Act 3. Now, when did I find this? 52? I think that was Act 4 then. Anyways, the point is, it's good, it works, it's functional. It is really tedious to do a map, so I don't know if I'm going to do a showcase of that. And next up, we've got Dahmer's Freezer. Now, Elements Go Burr was Spark. And then I made a Blood Mage. This is Hollow Palm, and I'm going to be honest, I really, really wanted to make Hollow Palm work. Unfortunately, my brain is just not big enough to comprehend all of the things that you have to do in order to make Gemling extremely good or just viable again. So I failed miserably. I might go back to it and revisit it because I really like being able to stack up quality and gem level on things, especially in PoE 1. That was awesome. Ashes of the Stars, mwah, wonderful amulet, until they nerfed it. But it's still good, right? Still good, 30 quality. The Real O.J. Simpson. Now, this is not an original build of mine, but Lazy Exile. I will pull up the build. Here we go. This guy. This guy made a stupid, fun-looking build. This is just nuts. You basically spin around in a circle, shooting out a ton of Molten Blasts. And I thought, you know what? I have to. It's Cyclone, but as an Unga-Dunga man, you know? It's gotta be entertaining. And so far, I'm actually loving it. The showcase that I wanted to put on here is this custom Blood Mage setup. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do something like this. And I wanted to emulate the same feeling. It's almost like art to me, Spark. I thought, I want to cast a ton of these, and I want it to be really cool, and I want it to be survivable. I took off all the resists. We got a little bit of health. A little bit of health stacking. Who needs resists anyways? Crit. More crit. Spell levels. We could improve this. And this needs crafting, but we'll get to that. A buddy of mine decided to log off the game and gave me this wand and... No, I bought this for like 2 divs. But he did give me the Follow the Axe, which I thought was extraordinarily nice of him. and the money to get a Wrathpith. Shout out to my boy, ZMG. I think there's 3 numbers after that. Let me find that. Yeah, shout out my boy ZMG117 on Twitch. That guy, hell of a guy. He just dumped a bunch of stuff in my inventory, and I was like, "What? Oh my god! Look at all this cool stuff!" Right? I'm like a kid in a candy store, right? I'm looking at this, I'm like, wait a minute, 20 divines, 10 divines. He just gave me a stack of 20. Holy moly! I'm rolling in dough! And so, I went and spent a good bit of it, and we decked out this character really, 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 really good. I also was flipping some Darkness Enthroned. If you want to get in on the market for flipping items in 0.3, you might want to get in on Darkness Enthroned, or maybe you wanted to a week ago. I'm not sure how it's going. Well, I sold another one, but oh well. Here's a showcase of this build. Now, how it works is I am a blood mage. I use my life to cast. I gain a bunch of energy shield from this, and I gain 100% of the energy shield as life. So I use the body armor for life. I convert all of that energy shield into mana, and it doubles the mana cost. I gain mana cost as life. This doubles the cost. I regenerate 1 life per second per 8 life spent in the past 8 seconds. 50% more life cost of skills. Why am I stacking costs on it like donuts? Well, 15% increased life cost of skills. Arcane Surge on crit. Effective Arcane Surge, and it grants you more life regen. Notice how we take 1% or 1 life per second per 8 life spent. It's like a lawnmower. If you can rev the cord hard enough, it'll start. If you're only sacrificing, say, 200, your regen's not going anywhere. But I'm gonna have to decline that for now. Where would... Ah, yes. Adalui's Bloodletting. Skill mana cost, convert to life cost, and the more cost you have, the more damage you deal. And so, 150% cost multiplier, 120% cost multiplier, 120, 115, and this is free Pierce, because Spark already chains off the terrain. So, we get free Pierce every enemy, more damage, skill effect duration so they hit more, and they do a ton of damage. We're sitting around 116,000, and I was tempted to use Indigon, and it just, that didn't work. That did not work at all. So let me boot up a map here, and just show how it works. I'm also using Cast on Crit Comet, and I'm using Archmage to boost, because I have so much mana, I also gained that as a life cost for 2,600 cost of Spark. And now, it basically just kills, well, pretty much everything it touches. But don't take my word for it. I was using the infusions, but at this point, I feel like I don't even need the infusions. I have no idea how I managed to make this thing this good, but somewhere along the lines, I was kind of tilting. And I thought, man, I don't want to play this game anymore. Then I thought to myself, no. You know what? I'm going to make this cool, and then if I don't like it, we make something else cool. And so, that's what I'm doing with the Lazy Exiles Cyclone, but it's like Cheula's Cyclone, except fire. It's interesting. I wonder if there's anything cool in the rituals. Oh, speaking of ritual, there's a ton of new omens in the game, and I quite like them, actually. I think they are interesting. There is a lucky recombination omen. There's omens for the new necromancy mechanic. There's omens for... What is there? I'll go back to my hideout after this. Ah. Here's another great thing that they added. Perfect and lineage gems, as well as the preserved bones, allowing you to desecrate things and choose what mod you want out of a 1 in 3, instead of it being a pure gamble based on your luck. I, for one, really like this system as it enables me to craft things. Well, at least tell me he possesses the damn thing. Oh, right. Well, at least my death wasn't for nothing. Let's go annihilate that rare, shall we? And then, you know, if it drops a talisman, great. If it doesn't, oh well. Omen of the Ancients. They've also added things for chance orbs. I suppose I just had to find one to restart my memory. Well, there's a nice glare on my... It is what it is. Omen of the Ancients will guarantee a unique, but only of the same class. Things like these are quite cool. And instead of, well, the game just feeling like a complete gamble, you can target what you want. Therefore, making perfect items, especially with these new essences, is much, much easier. 30%, 26 to 30% of fire damage taken is recouped as life with one of these, and it acts as a chaos orb, so you can use this on already crafted items. Things like Takati's Eye are here are cool, but I don't see a use for this one, personally. But I don't use Poison and Rage. So go figure, right? There's definitely some interesting things they've added in terms of items and boss drops. I quite like those. I'm really loving the ability to just infinitely regen my health and blow up screens. I'm guaranteeing you I get nerfed into the ground like OG Spark did, but you know what? I'll be damned if I don't have fun while it lasts. Gotta enjoy the power while it lasts. No way. Well, nah, that's what I'm talking about. What the? Yo, these are huge money. Shit. That's a tink, bro. That's like 15 divines. And a sacred focus. Now we just need a chance orb for that. Holy crap. Hey, I mean, I'll take a death for a talisman of Sirius. That's great. That's like easy money, man. Heck yeah. I'm also using Consecrate and making the AoE very large so that I can just regen better. Personally, I think it works. I think it does its job. Ah, well, would you look at that? Another one of these funky things.
Too soon. Out of mana.
Uh-oh. Alright, never mind. We good? We good. I'll be honest, I haven't felt as much of a drive to play the end game as last season. And I think a big reason is that the rarity mods on maps are just... I don't feel rewarded enough. I don't feel like when I do something, when I interact with... I kind of lost my train of thought, to be honest. Shit. Ah, yes. When I interact with a mechanic, and it craps out blue items, or I kill a boss and I get a couple of tier 2s and it's a tier 15 with a bunch of juice, and I'm thinking, man, I only had one attempt. My bow is completely clenched the whole way through, because I'm like, don't die, don't die, don't die. You're like, one tap, you have no HP, don't die. Right, and I do all that work, and it just gives me a couple of crappy items. Thinking, what is this, man? What the... Now, in this map, holy, this is a good waystone to run. This is humongabungus money. This is useful. I'll use this for sure, and that's great. Chancing base, something to sell. Booyah, money. But, I had a buddy of mine, friend of the channel, Biggie Chungus. A very good friend of mine. I got him on making like a rarity color. And he burnt out. And after he burnt out, I thought to myself, man, do I really feel, you know, rewarded? Or am I kind of just like burning out? And I really don't know the answer. You know, is the game enjoyable solo? Or am I just coming back for the love of the game? I don't know. But what I can tell you is it's pretty fun. And despite the ups and downs, I do think that there's a lot of money to be made in this league and a lot of power to be gained. I like it. I'm vibing with it. They've added a few things, such as the Undying Hate Timeless Jewel, and the ability to get reservation efficiency for meta skills. This is cool. New updates, including infusions, new ways to use skills, the fact that Arcane Surge can give you more life regen instead of mana regen, the fact that Ancestral Bond is still doo-doo because it's just bad. Can't fit enough spirit on it. Deflection is interesting. Apparently, there was somebody, Crip, that did a test stacking as much deflection as possible, and it wouldn't even theoretically go to 100. So it's not even like spell suppression in Path of Exile 1, it's just this crappy Temu brand that only does about 40% base, and you can't push it to 100. But apparently it was like 99 point something, and I thought, well, if I'm gonna die, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 100, 1 out of, 10,000, I think I'll take that. That's fine. That's like playing a block build, except block got nerfed, so this is basically all you got. Oh yeah, right, block got slaughtered. Now the max block is 50%. I was watching the trailer. Jonathan said, listen, we've lowered the block chance overall. And I'm like, Jonathan, what did you do? What did you do, my boy? Oh, no, not 50. What the hell? Yeah, I was wigging out at that. I was on call with Biggie. And he's like, bro, no way. I'm over here like, there's no way they ruined it. But they did. Sucks to suck, but it is what it is. You can kind of upgrade it. So, I think I don't think I'm done yet. They have a couple more things. The economy is not pricing shit in annulments. I have no idea why. Well, I know exactly why, and it's really annoying. It's so that people can look like they're at the top of the trade listings when really all they're doing is just, you know, putting in a currency that's worth much more, and then, well, hustling, I guess. Hopefully it gets fixed. But, hey, if you go and you search something, and you search up, say, this tablet, it comes up as chaos, and it tells you how much that is. I find that quite nice. Let's go ahead and put that there. Let's go ahead and put these here. And that'll, I think that'll about do it. Yeah. There's a new boss who, well, no, I have one more thing to say. There are these cool rings, and some of them are OP for leveling. I mean, look at these things. That you can equip them straight out of Clearfell. You get crit damage, extra lightning, percentage intelligence, magnitude of shock, max life, max energy shield, lightning damage, debuff, slow magnitude. I mean, what am I looking at? This is nuts. Right? Projectile, additional projectile when forking, magnitude of shock, AoE of attacks, magnitude of abyssal wasting, which grants reduced life regen. I just don't know what they were thinking, but I'm glad that somebody added it to the game because it rocks. It's real nice. I mean, damn. Percent strength, negative cold res when you hit something. Triggered spell damage. I mean, that's like a comet thing. It's crazy. Strength stacking comet. Stacking comets on it. Something like that. They added a stick. The stick gives you a new thing called Feast of Flesh. It's quite interesting. Oh yes. Most of my things have desecrated mods because they're just that good. So you can get Spirit Reservation Efficiency on your chest piece. You can get reduced slowing potency of debuffs on your boots. I thought that was great. That was very cool. Increased cast speed for each different non-instant spell you've cast recently. I don't like that. I'm going to re-roll it with an Omen of Light. And just pop an Annul on it. Get rid of it. Do it again. Get a re-roll. Try to get cast speed. That's about it. So I think that'll do it for this episode of just my thoughts and me freeballing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you like what you see, stick around. Hit that big red subscribe button. And I will try to be back on track with some consistent-ish uploads in the future. I would like to get to uploading on YouTube. It's a fun place, and I browse here often enough, so I figure, you know what, I might as well. I don't usually go on Kick, so I'll probably transfer from that. But I'll catch you guys later. And remember to stay cool.